Hello everybody, welcome in Educare TZ. Welcome in physics subject form 2. My name is Ismail Juma Mbogo from Educare TZ. Let us join together in physics to complete our topic, which is known as electrostatic. By the way, we have passed through various subtopics. We have passed through concept of electrostatic, charging, good leaf electroscope, and now we are going to discuss about capacitor. So, things to understand here is capacitor. By the way, definitions. What is capacitor? Capacitor is the device used to store electric charge. Any devices that is capable of storing charges is what we call it capacitor. Kwa hiyo kifaa chochote ambacho kina ule uwezo wa kuweza kutunza charge, hicho kifaa tunakiita capacitor. So the ability of capacitor to store electric charge is known as capacitance. Ule uwezo wa capacitor kuweza kustore electric charge tunaita capacitance. So the ability of capacitor to store electric charge is what we call capacitance. The SI unit of capacitance is farad. Kwamba SI unit ya capacitance, kwamba kizio cha uwezo wa capacitor kutunza charge is known as farad. Unaitwa farad. Okay? Unaweza ukadefine farad vipi? Kwamba unaweza ukadefine farad kwamba is the capacitance of a capacitor. Kwamba ni ule uwezo wa capacitor kutunza charge in which one coulomb of charge, ambapo sasa one coulomb ya charge moja cause a potential difference of 1 volt. Inasababisha potential difference ya 1 volt. Causes the potential difference of 1 volt. Capacitors are found in all electronic circuit. So capacitor sasa inapatikana wapi? Nasema kwamba capacitor hichi ni kifaa muhimu sana electronic devices, kwa sababu kinapatikana karibu all katika vitu vyote vya electronics device. Mfano wake in radios. Kwenye radios pale utakutana na capacitor, kwa sababu ya kazi kuu ya capacitor ni kutunza charge. Kwa maana hiyo kwenye radios kutakuwa kuna capacitors, kwenye televisions kunakuwa kuna capacitor, kwenye alarms kunakuwa kuna capacitor, kwenye system alarm system ile kunakuwa kuna capacitor, kwenye computer kunakuwa kuna capacitor, kwenye camera kunakuwa kuna capacitor. Yani kwenye each and everything which are circuit devices contains capacitor. That are the advantages of this capacitor. Another things, the potential difference across the two capacitor plates of capacitor is directly proportional to the charge, Q, accumulating on this plate, that is Q, is directly proportional to V. So things to understand here is the potential difference. Kwamba ile potential difference ambayo inakuwa inapatikana between two plates of the capacitor is directly proportional to the charge, the Q, the quantity of charge. Kwa hiyo tuna capacitor ambapo hiyo capacitor yetu the difference, the potential difference across the two capacitor plates, kwamba capacitor ina plate mbili, plate ya kwanza na plate ya pili. Within that plate we produce something known as potential difference. So the potential difference between those two plates is directly proportional to the charge, kwamba ni directly proportional to the charge. So once you start to removing this proportionality, Q is directly proportional to V. Removing the proportionality constant, Q is equal to KV. But K is equal to C, is equal to capacitance. So EQ tumesema ni kwamba ni direct proportional na V. So tunapo remove the proportionality sign, once we remove the proportionality sign, what we get is the Q is direct proportional to V. We'll get Q is equal to KV. But K is equal to C. It is stand up for capacitance. So Q is equal to CV. So Q is equal to CV. Kwa mantiki hiyo sasa, quantity of charge is equal to capacitance times voltage. There is known as charging capacitor. Charging a capacitor. Capacitor pia tunaifanyia charging. A capacitor consists of two metal plates. Kwa capacitor imeconsisti two metal plate mbili. Say plate A and plate B. Zile plate mbili tunasema ya kwanza ni plate A na ya pili ni plate B. Arranged in parallel with the electric material between them. Imepangwa in parallel between the electric, kwamba katikati yake tunakuwa tunaweka the electric material between them capacitors. So the two plates accumulate charges when potential difference is applied across them. So kwamba zile plate mbili zina accumulate zile charge wakati ambapo utakapokuwa tumeconnect with the potential difference between those two plates. Kwamba zile plate mbili tukiziconnect na potential difference, maana yake ile space between two plates inafanya kazi ya kuaccumulate charges, ina accumulate charges. So you can see this is a plate A and this is a plate B. So on this plate here is a positive side, plate A, and the plate B is the negative side. So the plate A is being connected to the voltage and the plate B is being connected to the voltage. Once these two plates is being connected to the voltage, it increases the potential difference of the unit. Increases accumulations of charges. There is something known as not to understand here. Not to understand here, a dielectric material. So the charging of capacitance, ule capacitor inakuwa na uwezo wa kufanya charging kubwa pale ambapo utakapokuwa tumeweka dielectric material katikati. Sasa dielectric material ni kitu gani? So the electric material is an electrical insulator that can be polarized by applied electric field. Kwamba zenyewe huwa ni electrical insulator. Kwamba ni material ambayo hayawezi kuruhusu umeme uweze kupita kwa urahisi. That can be polarized by an applied electric field. Ambayo anaweza kuwa polarized wakati ambapo tutakuwa tumeapply electric field. What is a polarized? Polarization is the way of causing a separation of charge. Kwamba ni ile ways of causing separations of charge. Ule uwezo au ile njia ya kusababisha mtawanyo wa charge tunaita polarization. So kwenye dielectric material ni electrical is a material is an electrical insulator that can be polarized. Kwamba yenyewe ya material yanakuwa na uwezo wa kusababisha separations of charges by an applied or by an applications of electric field. Tukifanya application of an electric field, bado zile dielectric material zitaendelea kufanya separations of electric charges. The potential difference. What is the potential difference? So potential difference is the work done needed to move a charged particles. Kwamba ile nguvu kazi ambayo inahitajika kuweza kumove a charged particle, kuweza kuzisukuma zile charged particles from one point to another point, kutoka kwenye point moja kwenda kwenye point nyingine, is what we call potential difference. The SI unit is voltage. So potential difference SI unit yake ni voltage. The earth is always zero potential. Kwamba tukiwa tuna earth, maana yake siku zote huwa potential difference yake ni sifuri. Ukiambiwa labda waya umeenda then ukaenda at the ground, it is assured that it has zero potential. That is sure. Discharging of capacitor. So capacitor also undergo discharging. Baada ya kufanya charging, maana yake tunaongeza zile charge. Tunatunza charge, maana yake ndio kucharging. Kudischarging maana yake ni kuziremove zile charge. Baada ya kuzitunza sasa unaziutilize. That is a discharge. When the two plates of capacitors are joined, kwamba tukiwa zile plate mbili za capacitors zikiwa tayari zimejoin, the electrons from negative charge plate will flow around the circuit. Kwamba zile electrons from the negative charge plate, kutokea kwenye negative charge plate, will flow around the circuit. You can see this previous. When the capacitor is full charged, the electron from this negative plate will flow through there. Kwamba electrons kwenye negative plates will flow. Electrons from the negative plates will flow around the circuit and the newts. Kwamba to flow along the circuit and the newt. This movement of electrons, kwa huu mjongeo wa electrons will cause a current to flow for a short time. Utasababisha umeme uweze kuflow kwa muda mchache sana. And if you are using a wire to connect the two plates and draw a spark. Na kama utakuwa unatumia wire kuconnect hizo plate mbili, basi unaweza ukasababisha a spark. Spark kama mwako, cheche au mwanga fulani toka. Yes. When the current stop flowing, wakati ambapo umeme uta stop flowing, the capacitor is said to be discharging. Kwamba baada tu ya pale current itakapoacha kutembea, basi tutasema kwamba hiyo capacitor sasa hivi iko discharged. Tayari haina charge. Imekuwa tayari ishapoteza charge zake. Is discharged. Yes. There are types of capacitor. The types of capacitor, there are different types of capacitor depending on electric material used in the applications. So kuna aina mbalimbali za capacitor kutegemeana na material ambao wanatumika, lakini pia na matumizi yake. The first one was a paper plastic filled capacitor. Kwamba hii ni ile capacitor ambayo tunaweka ndani yake between two plates tunaweka paper au plastic filled material. Lakini oil filled capacitor au electrolytic capacitor, hii ni ile capacitor ambayo katikati yake tunaweka ni paper ambayo tayari tumedumkiza kwenye electrolyte material. So tunaweka pale ambayo pia ita act as an insulating material. So is oil filled capacitor. Kwamba between those two plates we add oil filled capacitor or electrolytic materials. We have a mica capacitor, by the way. The mica capacitor and a variable or filled capacitor. Variable or air filled capacitor. This is a capacitor whereby between the two plates there is no anything other than air. So paper capacitor. This paper or plastic or polyester material is used as a dielectric material. It has a metal foil strip at the ear conductor. So kwenye paper capacitor, hapa sisi tunatumia paper au tunatumia plastiki au polyester material, ambayo is paper, plastic au polyester material yenyewe yanatumika kama dielectric material. It has a metal foil strip at the ear conductor. Kwamba huku kuna metal, ila pale katikati kuna paper. Metal paper. So zile tunasema hiyo ni paper capacitor. Kwa between those two plates, plate ya kwanza na plate ya pili, katikati tunaweka metal, polyester, paper au plastic. Tunaweka paper, plastic au polyester between those two plates. There is oil capacitor. The oil capacitor, this oil material is used as a dielectric material. So kwenye oil capacitor, oil material yanatumika as a dielectric material, kwamba as an insulating material. Okay? Also, there is electrolytic capacitor. It contains paper material soaked in chemical, kwamba imecontain paper material ambayo hizo paper materials zinakuwa soaked, zinazamishwa in chemicals, kwenye chemicals as a conduct and thin aluminium oxide is formed. Kwa hiyo inazamishwa kwenye material and act as a conduct and thin aluminium oxide inatengenezeka on the positive plane, katika ile positive plane. Then thin of the layer higher the capacitance. Kwa hiyo ile layer yake inawekwa pale katikati ya between the two plates. Kwamba ukichukua paper yako uka being soaked on the electrolyte or being soaked on the chemicals, then placing there we get electrolytic capacitor. Another thing is mica capacitor. A mica capacitor is a sheet of metal foil separated by strip or mica. Mica is preferred because it is a neutral mineral and split easy into a thin sheet. So pale katikati tunaweka mica between two dielectric material. That is what we call mica capacitor. Variable capacitor. This is the capacitor in which within this capacitor we introduce air as conducts as a semicircular plate separated by air and dielectric material, air as a dielectric material. One set of plate is fixed and other is rotated. Kwamba sehemu moja inakuwa fixed and other is rotated by means of the knob. Kwa means kama ya knob, yani kama bawaba fulani. The rotations change the area of the plates. Kwa ile rotation yake inafanya change of the area of the plates. There is a factor affecting capacitance in parallel plates. Kwa kuna factor ambazo zina affect capacitance katika parallel plate. The factor ya kwanza ni area of the plate. Factor ya pili ni dielectric material. Factor ya tatu ni distance between the plates. Area of the plate. An increase in area of the plate cause the decrease in potential difference between the plates. Kwamba tukiongeza area between the plate, maana yake tunasababisha the decrease in potential difference. Kupungua kwa potential difference between plate. Hence an increase in capacitance. Kwa maana hiyo kunaongezeka kwa capacitance. So the area of the plate is direct proportional to the capacitance. Increase in area of the plate, increase the capacitance. Decrease in area of the plate, decrease the capacitance. So C is directly proportional to A. Dielectric material. Dielectric material will cause capacitance to increase or decrease depending on the material. Kwa hile dielectric material inasababisha capacitance kuweza kuongezeka au kupungua kutegemeana na hayo material. Example, capacitance increase if we use dielectric material such as glass. Kwamba capacitance itaongezeka kama sisi tutaamua kutumia material kama vile glass, book or polythene between plates rather than air, lakini sio kutumia air. Distance between the plates. The distance between the plate decrease in the distance between the plate and cause the decrease in potential difference between the plate, hence increase in capacitance. Yeah, kwamba distance ikipungua, decrease in the distance between the plate cause decrease in the potential difference. Inapelekea potential difference kupungua between the plate and hence increase in capacitance. Kwa hiyo the increase in capacitance, decrease in density. Kwa hiyo distance ikipungua, capacitance inafanyaje? Inaongezeka. Hello my dear students, let us look on the task. With an example, explain dielectric materials. Okay? Thank you my dear student for watching this topic. It is last subtopic. I would like to say stay tuned on Educator TV and welcome for the next period and welcome for the next session.
Purchase your tracks today.